Well, what do you think makes your school unique, different compared to the other schools?
Well, what the major difference is typically you're not going to have the owner of the school who's a professional driver. So the criteria, the standards are going to be different. That's why most of the schools don't cover some of the what ifs. Like, what do you do if your car has a system brake failure? Well, if you go to XYZ driving school, they're not going to cover that. And the person teaching may not even know that. Whereas that's why I started my company, is because we teach everybody that. Because if you don't know how to do emergency situations, are you a safe driver?
Right.
I would say you're not.
And this is off the track too.
Oh yeah, this is strictly on the street. This is not on the track. Basic driver education to get your driver's license. If you have your permit, that's what I'm talking about. We call it our super safety street class.
Right.
It's 10 hours long, it's all behind the wheel, and we go over what to do in the event of a system brake failure, what to do if your throttle sticks.
Right.
You know, if the car just takes off, well, what do? Most people panic, some people crash.
Jump out.
Yeah.
Bail.
So, I mean, if you had that gone over with you in the beginning stages of your driving and you knew it reflexively, if that ever happened to you, it wouldn't be a big deal. The risk would be dramatically less.
Right. In any vehicle.
In any vehicle, yeah.
Trucks, minivans,
Absolutely.
race
Absolutely.
cars,
Absolutely.
everything.
So,
Motorcycles.
especially.
You also
sure.
do construction. Do you also do how to drive a like a
Tractor trailer.
forklift or a
No,
tractor
we don't
trailer
do
or anything like that?
I can
No
drive
cats?
them. I used to drive them when I was working for a trucking company, but no, we don't do classes in forklifts. But tractor trailers, yes. RVs, yes. Buses, yes. And motorcycles, of course, yes. You know, what would you do if you come to a two-way stop and you can't see? What do? Everybody's been in that situation.
I just go.
And yeah,
Faster.
that's what
Just go
everybody
fast.
does. And they hope that they're not going to get T-boned, and most of them are right, but some of them are not right. You know, how to stop on a downhill icy road. I mean, we go over so many things, how to correctly parallel park. You'd be surprised how many people don't know how to actually parallel park.
Well, here in Colorado, I mean, my license only needed maybe 1 mile, maybe 2 miles of driving. I drove.
Sure.
What was it? Maybe 2 stop signs,
Well,
one light,
that was a long time ago.
and that's all I needed for my license.
The criteria now is about 15 minutes, and I'm state certified
Okay.
to give the drive test
That's
for
good.
both cars and motorcycles. So if you need that done, you know, give me a call as well. But yeah, you have to do a certain amount of right turns, a certain amount of left turns
For
the drive test.
The test.
Yeah. You know, lane change to the right and to the left. Just, I mean, basic stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'd have to say I didn't really learn anything from my parents or anybody that was trying to teach me how to drive. They always just like, get it done, get your hours done, and then go try to take the test.
They figure if you lived
If you can live
yeah,
through it.
if you can live through the 50 hours, then you must be okay. And it's sad because, again, parents do the best they can do. I mean, obviously no one wants to put their child in undue harm or danger, but most of them were never professionally trained.
Right.
So they are teaching the same misconceptions and same bad habits from generation to generation to generation.
Right.
And it doesn't have to be like that.
Right. They just go to you and learn how
Absolutely.
to actually drift correctly if they want to, or stop on a dime, or drive stick.
Yep, all of those
Manual
things.
transmission, learn how
Sure.
to do all that.
Yeah, we do that. We don't have much call to do for it lately because nobody wants to drive a stick shift anymore.
Yeah.
But if you do, we teach it. Yeah, absolutely.
I think that's real driving.
Yes, absolutely.
And then next, motorcycle. Maybe I'll learn how to
Yeah,
do something at some
yeah,
point.
we've got a couple of you know, very low horsepower motorcycles that we start people on, and then we just got our new 2020 BMW
Oh.
NOCO Power Sports, and that thing is awesome.
You just turn
With,
a little and you see the bike go
Oh
flying in the
yeah,
air.
front end goes up off the ground, and carbon fiber wheels, and
Oops.
oh yeah, it's it's a great machine.
We've got
I've
some
enjoyed
pictures of that on the track.
Yeah.
It looks fast.
Yeah.
Pulling on anything, pretty much
Oh, yeah.
anything out there.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, didn't you get the, didn't you have to send it back to get the computer redone, or?
Yeah, we got more
Unlocked?
horsepower because it had a speed limiter, and now we got that removed, and now it has even more horsepower than it did before. And we put the performance exhaust system on it, so now it's got, I don't know, 10 or 20 more horsepower than it had before, and it had plenty more horsepower. It had plenty of horsepower when we got it.
Yeah. We had
So-
the older one too. We had the older
Yeah.
one next to it.
Yeah, we had the older one, and it makes even more power and goes around the track even faster.
Oh man.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
cool.
That's kind of scary. I think that's for sure. Start with a lower, slower bike,
Yeah.
and then move up. You don't want to start at something too powerful.
Yeah, I mean, it just makes it more difficult. I mean, could I teach you how to ride on that same bike if you'd never ridden before? Yes, but it's going to take way more time, and there's going to be moments that the bike's probably going to scare you just because of its capabilities.
You're barely using it at that point.
Yeah.
There's
And
this
it's-
whole other part that's power that you don't even get to ever unleash.
Right. And it's harder to do slow maneuvers on a bike that fast rather than if you've got like a cruiser bike with lower horsepower. So that's where we start everybody off. I mean, you can start off with your own bike as well, and then we'll move you up to whatever you like once your technique gets to the place where you can actually ride anything.
Right.
Yeah.
So you do driver's licenses, motorcycle licenses.
Right.
You do race licenses.
Yeah, if you want your SCCA road racing license, you need to do 5 days with me. If you want your MRA motorcycle road racing license, ironically, it's only 1 day with me. I didn't make the rules.
Oh.
And if you want to be a champion, it'll take more than that. You'll need to do additional training
Right.
typically.
Yeah. We'll probably need like 6 lessons for me, maybe 7.
I look forward to that. It'll be fun.
I don't know. Try not to put my expectations too high. Yeah. As long as I'm faster than that guy.
Than that
Yeah,
guy, that's
one,
right.
Oh, yeah, that guy right there.
That's right. Well, and that's the beauty about the racetrack. There's no excuses.
There
you
really
know,
isn't.
it's not, I got goldfish and I got my mom in the car
Yeah.
and she's elderly. No, there's no excuses. Go as fast as you can. We got the stopwatch. Here you go.
Well, I'm going to take my Corvette out for the first time next week, maybe later this week. We're not sure yet.
Yeah.
We'll get footage of that. I don't think he's going to tell me anything. He's just going to, I think I'm just going to put it in track mode and go and just see what I can do. Try to go faster and faster, maybe 5 laps.
Yeah.
And then after that, then I'll see. We'll see how fast I am. And
Yeah. Then
or- or so.
we'll get the instruction going
Right.
because it surprises most people the difference between what they thought was fast and what fast really is and how to actually do it.
Right.
A lot of people drive really hard and they're really intense and they upset the car as opposed to being smooth, which is always the name of